This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Welcome back. This is Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad on Thursday, March 20th. Every bounce is sold right now. That's pretty much the headline. I'll share a screenshot of the private premium chat at 11:12 a.m. I had posted, sadly, there's no oomph behind this bounce. That is my warning. And you'll see the vertical line for 11:12 a.m. and the sell-off that ensued. I didn't top ticket, but everything I watched was telling me that the bounce most likely was going to fail. And it did. So looking at breadth, we had 100 new highs versus 153 new lows today on the NYSE, 32% advancing versus 64% declining, 66% below the 50 and 61% below the 200-day. Looking at mega caps, a lot of red. I'll cover what was green first. NVIDIA was up 0.8%, Tesla up 0.17%, and Meta up 0.3%. Microsoft was down a quarter, Apple was down 0.5%, Amazon was down 0.3%, Google 0.75%. Looking at sector analysis, utilities were up 0.3%, energy was up 0.3% as well, percent. Every other sector was red to the downside. Basic materials down 0.6%, as well as industrials down 0.6%. Consumer cyclical was down 0.5%. Consumer defensive down 0.4%. Communication services down 0.3%, as well as technology down 0.35%. Real estate down 0.25%. It seems like every bounce is sold off, and we're just waiting. Now, obviously, tomorrow is options expiration. I think it's like a quad witching, and there's some anticipation what will happen tomorrow and into next week. But if you take a look at prices from December till now, that drawdown is irrefutable. There's no clues to be had. That was a sell-off. Some of the markets are in bear markets. So until we can bounce with authority, I suspect there's a lot of danger in the markets right now. If we cannot bounce from these levels of a sell-off, of being oversold this bad, that's really bad. Looking at NASDAQ new highs, new lows, there was 10 new highs today versus 72 new lows. Profitable companies in the NASDAQ, there were 5 making new highs. I'll include those in the show notes. Let's take a quick look at what was strong and what was weak in the S&P and the NASDAQ. In the S&P, you had Darden Restaurants up 5.6, J-Bill Circuit up 3.2, Arthur Gallagher and Company up 2.6. In the NASDAQ 100, PDD Holdings up 4%, AppLovin up 3.2, Charter Communications up 2.2. That's it. The weak list is much longer. I'll cover a few here, and I'll leave the rest on the show notes. In the S&P, you had Gartner down 7.6%, Accenture down 7.3%, Microchip Technologies down 5.5%. In the NASDAQ, you had...
We can't forget that this is just a small taste of the in-depth analysis that Not Your Advisor provides. They don't just throw numbers at you. They connect the dots, find those hidden trends, and help you understand what's driving the markets.
If you want the full picture, you got to check out the full Not Your Advisor episode.
Don't forget to subscribe to notyouradvisor.com.
And all their premium content. I mean, it's like having a direct line to what's really going on in the market.
It is. It really is. They cut through all the BS and give you the kind of info that you just won't find anywhere else.
Think about this. Investing is all about making decisions that work for you and your goals. You're the one in control.
Not Your Advisor can give you the map, but you choose where you want to go.
And with that empowering thought, we'll sign off. Happy investing.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.